Hey Soul Fam! Kami here with today's Monday message, and today I'm talking about a topic that I don't like to talk about, but one of y'all had a question about it, and that is sleep paralysis. The reason that I don't like to talk about it is because I feel like it brings that energy into my life, and I'm just terrified of it. Even now, with the tips and tricks that I have to get myself out of it, I'm terrified of it. Sleep paralysis came up a couple of weeks ago when I was doing a party here locally with some of our Soul Fam supporters, and we began talking about it. And I realized that not everyone has experienced it. Sleep paralysis is a biological function, but it also has a spiritual side effect. The biological function is that as you fall asleep, your brain sort of issues a hormone, I think it is, that goes into your body and causes it to be paralyzed. That's why we're not acting out our dreams, because our body is paralyzed. What also happens during sleep paralysis and every time that you dream, as a matter of fact, is that your soul leaves your body to go and travel, astral project, to go do work, that kind of thing. So again, sleep paralysis is a function where your body is literally paralyzed. What happens during sleep paralysis, though, and what people really talk about with sleep paralysis is that some people, their minds awaken before their bodies do, and that's what we call sleep paralysis, is when your mind is awake but your body isn't. And the way that that looks like for me, I don't know about for everybody else, please comment. I'm curious to know about everybody else's sleep paralysis, if you have it. If you don't have it, let me know. But what happens for me during sleep paralysis is that I'm awake, I'm aware that I'm in my room. I can usually open my eyes and I can't do anything else. I can sometimes make a scream noise, but I can't open my mouth because, again, my body is paralyzed. I can't move. I can't anything except for have these open eyes. And it's really quite terrifying for me. The other thing that happens that is commonly reported during sleep paralysis, remembering your mind is awake and your body isn't, the other sort of spiritual tie to sleep paralysis is your soul astral projecting. And that's kind of what we think of spiritually and in the woo community when you have sleep paralysis, is that your soul has left your body. It hasn't quite come all the way back in, so the mind is a little bit awake and the body isn't. One of the questions that came up when I was chatting with this group about sleep paralysis is, if your soul leaves the body when it's sleeping, is there an opportunity for someone else to come in? And the answer to that is no. When you are sleeping and your soul leaves the body to go do work, you are connected. You're always connected, by the way. Your soul is always connected to your body through a etheric cord that is silver in color. It is this cord that stops others from coming in. It is this cord that reminds us of wherever we've traveled to, that our body is here, that kind of thing. And in fact, when you pass over and you go through the light, that is when your cord to the body is severed. So what do you do if you find yourself in a moment of sleep paralysis? This was taught to me by a very good friend of mine. Remembering your body is asleep and your mind is awake during sleep paralysis. So if you're experiencing this, go to this tip. In your mind, see yourself reeling in like you would a fishing line, that silver cord. Call back your soul into your body. This is a tip that I learned a couple of years ago, and it has helped me every single time. First of all, it helps me to stay calm during sleep paralysis because it's a really, really freaky incident. And second of all, it makes the process a lot easier, and it gives me the power to wake up rather than I'm just laying there trying to scream. Another thing that I want to talk about with sleep paralysis, while I have your attention here, is I want to talk about the phenomenon of people that report seeing beings during sleep paralysis. Remember, your soul's out there in a different dimension. And so there are other creatures and beings on the astral plane, and there are two beings that are repeatedly reported as being seen during sleep paralysis. And this is part of what terrifies people. People reportedly see habitually a tall, slender man with a top hat, and they also report seeing a large black dog just hanging out in their room, looking at them while their eyes are awake, their body is frozen, their mind is online, and their soul is somewhere traveling. So you can understand why this is a topic that I don't like to speak of very often. I have seen the big black dog several times. It scares the crap out of me every single time. It's always at my bed looking at me. Remember, if you experience sleep paralysis, to call your soul back in, to reel the silver line back in so that you can re-enter your body quickly without a lot of fear. And last but not least, remember that sleep paralysis can be triggered by a couple of different things, including medication. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you've ever experienced sleep paralysis, what you think of it. If you've seen the black dog, you've seen the man in the top hat, who I have not seen, thank God. And let me know if you have any tips or tricks for calling your soul back in should you be experiencing sleep paralysis. Happy dreams to everybody.